The problem at hand is about finding all possible letter combinations that a given phone number could represent. This is a common algorithmic challenge that demonstrates the power of recursive techniques and combinatorial generation. On a traditional phone keypad, each digit is mapped to a specific set of letters. Number 1 has no letters, number 2 has the letters A, B, and C, number 3 has the letters D, E, and F, number 4 has the letters G, H, and I, number 5 has the letters J, K, L, number 6 the letters M, N, O, number 7 the letters P, Q, R, S, number 8 the letters T, U, V, and number 9 W, X, Y, Z. Given this setup, the problem guarantees that the input string consists exclusively of digits ranging from 2 to 9. Additionally, the length of the input string will not exceed 4 digits. The objective is to return all possible combinations of letters that the number could represent. These combinations can be returned in any order, but all possible valid combinations should be included. To tackle this problem, we use a recursive approach that systematically explores each possible letter combination corresponding to the digits in the input string. Before diving into recursion, we need to set up some initial data structures: keys, response, and current. The keys vector maps each digit from 2 to 9 to its corresponding letters. For instance, the digit 2 corresponds to the string ABC, and so on. The response vector will store all the generated combinations, and the current string will be used to build each combination as we iterate through the digits. The first thing our function checks is whether the input string is empty. If the string is empty, there are no digits to process, and hence no combinations can be generated. In this case, the function returns an empty list immediately. This is our base case, ensuring that the function handles edge cases gracefully. The core of the solution lies in a recursive function, which we define as a lambda in this case. This function, backtrack, takes an integer index as its parameter, representing the current position in the input string we are processing. If the index is equal to the length of the input string, it means we've built a complete combination. At this point, we add the current string to the response vector. This step ensures that each valid combination is captured and stored. If the index is less than the length of the string, we identify the corresponding letters for the current digit using the keys vector. For example, if the current digit is 2, the corresponding letters would be A, B, C. We then iterate over each letter in the identify group. For each letter, we append it to the current string and recursively call the backtrack function for the next index, meaning index plus 1. This process continues until we either generate a complete combination or exhaust all possibilities for the current path. After the recursive call returns, we remove the last letter from current using the popback method. This is the backtracking step, which allows us to explore other possible combinations by undoing the last choice and trying the next letter. We initiate the backtracking process by calling the backtrack function with an initial index of 0. This call starts the exploration from the first digit of the input string. Once all possible combinations have been generated, the response vector containing all these combinations is returned. Backtracking is an efficient technique for solving combinatorial problems because it allows the algorithm to explore all potential solutions in a controlled manner. By systematically building up solutions and retracting when a solution path doesn't work, backtracking ensures that all possible valid combinations are explored without redundancy. This method is particularly powerful in problems like this one, where the number of potential combinations grows exponentially with the length of the input. With the solution now implemented, the next step is to test the code with various inputs to ensure its correctness. Testing is crucial as it allows us to verify that the algorithm handles all edge cases and produces the correct output for all possible inputs. Additionally, trying out different implementations or optimizing the current one can further enhance problem-solving skills and deepen understanding. Once you're confident that the solution works as expected, you can submit it. Remember that testing and experimenting with different approaches is an integral part of the learning process, helping you to improve both your coding skills and your ability to tackle complex problems.